I'm just a life-size lottery ticket in the hand of the one. The stress out, freak out's gone since we packed up the car. Now I'm standing in a circle, all your sad faces crowding the yard. Hair blowing out the window, got my foot on the deck. Left my sister at a cheap gas station with no phone or no cash. With the miles rolling under my wheels, I'm running from my troubles, I'm running from me. All this loot is spending this money.
And very hard to see, but back down there was the camping spot. Pretty far down. It's pretty steep. I've been doing 1.7 kilometers in 35 minutes, and hounds are hauling. It's very hard. I made it. Col du Balm. Oh, that was a rough one, definitely. A lot of fun though, and it's absolutely beautiful up here. Check this out. It's lovely. Also, because this is the Alps, there is a restaurant up here that seems to be operating. Yeah, definitely gonna get myself a sugary drink. And I mean, check out the mountain back there with the glaciers. It's absolutely stunning. The sun exposure is kind of rough though, and the uphill was definitely hard. Like in May I did the Camino Costal or Norte and the Primitivo, and this is infinitely more hard. In 2 hours, 5 kilometers, and I don't know, about 800 meters of elevation change, or well, just uphill actually. But it's lovely. It's so cool. Ooh, forgive my sunglasses, but it's just too bright. But this place is super cool. They had a good little menu in there, and very enjoyable. And you know, it's such a treat. I'm used to a bit more remote hiking mostly, and you know, so you get your ice cold drink every 2 or 3 days, maybe even every 5 or 6 days. But yeah, check out my view. And this is my first view of the Mont Blanc. Yep, didn't realize when I walked up here, but it's the big one, biggest mountain in Europe. Although the one to the left looks taller, but it's not. Yeah, super amazing and exciting. I've never seen it, even though I've lived in Switzerland my whole life. There's a dam. Fun fact, Switzerland produces about 60% of its electricity with hydroelectric. I mean, you know, we have a lot of water up on these mountains. So, yeah. In German there's a saying about Switzerland that it's the water castle of Europe, basically. I made it to Aguilette de Bozette. That's yep, how I pronounce that with my public school French. Everyone in Switzerland has to learn French. Yeah, really happy that it's the last one. I'm exhausted. Also, I don't know what it is about sunscreen, but how does it always find a way into one's eyes? Like, it's hurting. And I didn't even put some on my forehead. So regarding route, right over there on top of this pass was the little restaurant. Then we went down, you can kind of see it, not as low as this one, but pretty low, and then climbed this section here. It's nice, pretty rocky, you know, like definitely need some good shoes. It's worth it. Some of it is a bit pointy, as you can see, but nothing horrible. I mean, check out this ridge walk towards Mont Blanc, and then yeah, it's so amazing. I'm so happy to be here. And then like these are the other views, like the second-rate views are these. Like it's absolutely amazing, so beautiful here. Now I have a steep downhill after the ridge though, so goal of the day is take it slow so I don't blow out my knees or fall or whatnot. Sometimes it can be hard. That's downhill. I think we might go down there. Ooh, it's a scramble. As always, the camera doesn't do it justice. But you definitely want to take some breaks here. Something I like though is they have these wooden steps. I'm not too fond of them, but they do these kind of things, which is just metal bar. It's like a golden step you can take while descending, and you can trust it, you know, because that's the thing with wood. Like it doesn't last forever, and when it dies, it might not die at a good point in time. So. I messed up. Not horribly bad, but it sucks. So I took a wrong turn on the downhill, which is the worst time to take a wrong turn. It happened because there's a village here that's called La Tour. So I was like, La Tour, that must mean La Tour du Mont Blanc. But nope, it's pretty confusing, because then down in the village, I walked down to this village. They do have signage as if it was the Tour du Mont Blanc. So I'm not sure if this is like something from the Camino, where the villagers just try to bring the tourists into their town. But yeah, so I got some bonus uphill. Great. Yeah, I'm running on fumes. I hope it's not too far. Day 2 of Tour du Mont Blanc. I had a good night, slept really well. Had some trouble falling asleep, ended up taking a Benadryl, which was okay, you know, like if it's once in a while, who cares? And I didn't sleep the night before really good. Just now waiting for breakfast. I'm all packed up. Hope it will be a good breakfast. Yesterday dinner was very down to earth, if not to say sparse. But you know, I got my fill. It wasn't the best, but happy to move on, that's for sure. And the day starts with a big climb. I'm excited for it. Alright, about halfway done with the climb. Back there's the village where I ended up yesterday, mistakenly. The actual village would have been somewhere down there. It's hard to see. There's a beautiful glacier. Trail goes up there. Oh, there's a trail runner coming along. Watch out here. Yeah, you're welcome. Check this out. It's just metal iron spikes now coming out of this rock right after the drop. It's just dangerous and shitty. Like if you fall here, you know, you're gonna have a bad time. So yeah, but I'm happy for all trail maintenance, you know. But still, something to consider. Maybe there's a better way. Yeah, other than that, I'm definitely exhausted. I've been humbled by this trail. It's rough. It's no comparison to the PCT. It's just the grade, the steepness. It's it's rough and you can only go so slow, you know, like you're pretty much forced to push. On the PCT the slope is nice enough, or you can just, you know, take some easy steps to give your cardio on time. Excited once I'm up there. Today I'm gonna visit Lac Blanc, which is a highlight of this trail. It's not on trail though, and then I'll take a cable car down, I think, into Chamonix. This isn't the purest way. I don't care, to be frank, especially, I mean, only on downhills. Like I wouldn't skip an uphill, but downhills, they just mess your knees up and hurt. So, you know, no big point, especially if I do extra elevation to see Lac Blanc. Leathers. So I don't know if you can see, but up there's people climbing. This is one of the reasons why I didn't want to bring my dog along, just because carrying her up the ladders would have been pretty tough. But yeah, this is exciting. I think it's the only ladders on the whole TMB. Definitely putting my trekking poles away and taking a breather, and then let's go. This is exciting. First part done. I have some vertigo, but not horrible. So just make it a point to not really look down. And yeah, up this rock face to the right, I think. We go up a crevasse. This reminds me a lot of the White Mountains on the Appalachian Trail and southern Maine. Hand over heels, quite a lot is type 2 scrambling, I think that's what it's called. Trekking poles are pretty useless. And here's the next flight of stairs. Hope the summit is up there. I need some water and a break. I had a good little muscle cramp on the way up. I was stretching and my quads started seizing up on one side, but it wasn't bad. I stopped it pretty early on. So I'm, you know, I don't want to have that while I'm climbing ladders. I mean, there's better places to have a muscle cramp in your legs for sure. I made it. Lac Blanc, which means in English White Lake. And so to give you a perspective of how high we are, there's a paraglider right over there. But it's so lovely here. And it's a good thing there's a little refugio or mountain hut up here. I wish I was able to take a swim in the lake, but it's not allowed. Probably for the better, given how much sunscreen people use. The last albergue didn't give me my lunchbox, so I have to eat here something. There's shade moving from another paraglider. I think that's what they're called. Yeah, and of course Mont Blanc, always close by, always stunning. So I got vortex into La Flégère. This is a lovely little place, and I actually stopped for a quick break, some salted peanuts, I'm running low on food. Yeah, just really good atmosphere here. Also, if I move on, there's not any good accommodation coming up. So my initial plan was to take the cable car down into Chamonix. However, that car stops operating at 4:30 and not enough time in the day. It would have been easy. My initial trip planning was okay. However, the detour up to Lac Blanc took a lot of time and was well worth it. However, you know, now I have to carry the consequences, and they aren't too bad. I mean, check the place out. They have a lot of beds. Showers are here, toilets. It's actually nice, and I really gotta say, they had a lovely staff. They're really friendly, and that is what actually prompted me to stay here. Also, it's like the second day, and yesterday was a half day, so I just don't mind taking it slow. It's close to 3 o'clock, and yeah, also the view here isn't half bad. Check it out. Crazy. It was a very lovely shower, definitely. Also, I was able to get some laundry done, which was a nice plus. Wasn't expecting that, but there's not many people here. Actually, in my sleeping area, there's no one right now. So I took the chance and used both sinks to do laundry. Now I'm putting it here to dry. Like the stuff I really badly needed to wash. Tomorrow there's another uphill, so I'm gonna be drenched in sweat anyway. Good morning to day 3, and we have sheep. I'm not sure you can hear it, but up there, a whole bunch of them. Also, there's guard dogs or shepherd's dogs that you know, are behind them and moving them up the hill. It's really something to behold. I slept fairly good at the last albergue, the refugio. The food was good. It was fairly warm inside the sleeping quarters, which was a bit of a challenge. I have a sleeping bag here for sleeping outside, but I managed to drape myself under a closed cell foam mattress, the thin light, a very minimal one at that. So, you know, I was warm enough. It wasn't a problem. No, cold enough actually. Sorry, it's still quite early and I only got a coffee, and typically I'll go for 2 in the morning. So today climbing until I reach a gondola, and then I'm gonna take it to descent and head into Chamonix. I have to resupply a little, need a few items, and then I'm probably gonna move on, which will be another substantial uphill. I have some people I know, some friends up ahead, so I have an incentive to keep moving. That being said, I'm not gonna kill myself over it. And here we are. Hello! Hello! So with guard dogs you wanna give them space. Oh, this one is limping. Now how do I get past this? I mean, it's the best problem to have, to be real. I'm just gonna respectfully and slowly walk. The guard dog is used to people. They can get quite feral when they live out with the animals. So I wonder if there's another guard dog or if it's just a sheep. Oh, nope, there's another one. It's so funny how they blend in with the sheep. They're not pets. I'm just gonna, you know, be respectful. Yep, he checked me out. Good to go. Hoppa! Come on. They have the right of way, obviously. All right. Check the horns out. They're really funny. Like quite often they call them, you know. Ooh, now we have goats. There we go. We got the whole team together. Come on, yeah. Up, up. Yeah, come on. So this is signage. You can tell here, TMB, Tour du Mont Blanc. Right direction. Go steep up here, which I just did. And then it felt wrong, so I double checked. It's actually left, this direction. Which, you know, that's not fun. I don't need that in my life. On a positive note, the trail so far has been really nice. Like actually the first time where it wasn't straight up or down. Also I saw two little marmots. Yeah, they were pretty small. So first little break. I'm running a bit low for the amount of elevation I'm about to do, and don't want to run out of water. But there was a comment on far out that there's a spigot here, so I walked down to this little building, and there is a spigot, but it's also time limited from 9 to 5. No camping and bivouac. But the first time I've seen a timed spigot. It's also one where you can't just like let it run for forever, you know, like you press on it and then the button comes back. So yeah, forced little break of 10 minutes before I get water. So it's decision time. I can either just walk down there, take the gondola down to town, or I can, if you see the gondolas there, walk all the way up there and then come back down here. So I guess I'm gonna do that. It's gonna be exciting. Made it to the pass. Here is the gondola, which I call lunch. I'm excited to see what's on the other side. That's what's on the other side. Beauty. And guess, I don't know, probably a name. Col du Prévent. It is beautiful. Lunch is up there, so I assume the trail heads back over there and then follows up here. Man, this trail is amazing. You come around the corner and pretty much each time there's a better view. It really reminds me of the High Sierra. Like that's what I can relate it to. So much rocks and granite. Must be paradise for climbers. Like there's a couple, well actually there's some right up there, but the camera is probably not going to catch it. And then, yeah, check it out. So nice. Also, the next uphill is in the shade, which is a real treat. We have another rock scramble. You can see starts down there, and then up there it's a ladder, multiple ladders. So yeah, I mean, it's a quick way to make elevation, that's for sure. I'm almost there. I can't wait. This is absolutely stunning. I mean, just check it out. Down there is where I got my water. And this is Chamonix down here. Beautiful mountain range. And if we continue, there's a plane flying by Mont Blanc, and this is the very top. Doesn't get much better than this. So the descent from here is 1700 meters. I'm glad there's a gondola. Yeah, so downhill is definitely a bit faster with the gondola. What a treat. Also, like Mont Blanc, it's always here, and I've been basically looking at it ever since I started. But it just doesn't get old with the glacier and the snowy mountaintop. Temperatures today have been fairly okay. I want to say it was about 70 degrees. A lot of sun exposure though, but I think I've managed to not get burned so far. You know, I put on my sun mullet and sun gloves typically and all kinds of stuff, and that helps a lot. Health-wise, I'm doing great. Obviously, I'm exhausted. It's definitely hard hiking. My left foot has a bit of an issue where it hurts sometimes a bit. I think I might have my shoes might have been a little tight at one day. I got some blisters here, you know, like small nuisances, but really nothing bad, and I really hope it stays that way, of course. But first, I'm looking forward to some town food in Chamonix. Getting, I don't know what they have. I wouldn't mind a burger, to be honest, and then I'm going to see how I get to Les Houches, which is the next town over where the TMB comes down. And I know there's a camping there. That being said, it's too early, I think. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm not in a rush. I wouldn't mind hiking out of there though. We'll see what happens. So probably it won't come out on camera, but I've never seen so many paragliders. There's gotta be at least 30. Yeah, 30 to 50 up there. I was up there 10 minutes ago. Now I'm down here. So this is the city center of Chamonix, I think. I mean, it's a pedestrian zone, so it's very likely. And there's the tourist office. Park Hotel Suisse. And here they're in preparation for the UTMB World Series, which is a trail run. There's several races here, and I think one of them is actually Tour du Mont Blanc, and the fastest time they do it in, I mean, that's from what I heard, it's like 21 hours. So that's very humbling, isn't it? So yeah, definitely checking the place out. I need some food, maybe a new water filter if they have good ones, because mine is pretty much done, and it's so slow that it's hard to drink enough water. So dehydration isn't worth it. These are the little gondolas out of Les Houches, which is the official start point of the TMB. And I managed to start the climb. It's 2:30 and it's so hot. Like the whole area, like Switzerland where I'm from, has been going through a heat wave lately, and I don't know how hot it is, but it's definitely over 30 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is, probably 85 or something. So yeah, it says 2 hours to get up there to the next peak, and I'm playing it safe with hydration. I had a Powerade down there, definitely gonna get some more electrolytes. I was able to get the water filter in Chamonix. I happened to run into a guy I've been hiking with for a small bit, Winston, cool guy. So we had a burger together, that was really nice, and then I took the bus to Les Houches. And yeah, now the climb starts. I can definitely see why people take the gondola up here. Apparently part of it is on a ski slope on the ascent, which you know, I'm not very eager to do. I hope it's gonna be in the woods, so I have some shade, because I'm drenched already and I've climbed for maybe 10 minutes. It's gonna be a fun one. Also, no idea where I'm gonna sleep tonight. Made it about halfway up this mountain. Man, it's brutal. The heat changes everything. I could have known this. I didn't completely max out my water capacity, and I started to feel a bit uncomfortable with the amount I was drinking and sweating. But yeah, on the way, you know, out of town, basically, there was a lot of road walking, and it gets super hot on the road, obviously. But I was able to get some water from a very kind trail runner who was coming down the hill and, you know, going back home or to civilization, and yeah, very nice of him. You know, it's always a question how far you want to go with stuff like that. I would feel very uncomfortable asking anywhere in the backcountry, but since he was coming back home, yeah, it was worth it versus the hurt I was worrying about. There is something like a restaurant coming up, but no idea whether it's open or not. Maybe there's a spigot there. Alright, decided to take a break. Like, yeah, the juice is not worth the squeeze. I need to lay down for a bit in the shade, rehydrate, and then get back to it. Found a nice little spot, you know, put down my sleeping pad. Good thing about closed cell phone, right? It's a nice siesta pad. So definitely gonna chill out here, maybe until the heat goes away a bit, or until I feel good enough for hiking again. Started moving again. Yeah, I feel better. It's still exhausted. It's still a struggle, but not like I need to lay down right now. Yeah, so my friend who did the Tour du Mont Blanc, and he told me on the PCT about taking the gondola up here and how the people who decided to walk up the ski slope were talking about how horrible it was for days. I kind of understand now. Yeah, Also, the heat wave definitely doesn't help. Like, I've been really bad at judging how much water I'm gonna need, and typically I've got that pretty dialed in. So yeah, I'm very happy I have my electrolytes here. I mix my own, just bought the chemical. It wasn't like a huge deal, but definitely something I've hadn't had in a long time, where I felt so shitty and really had to lay down for a bit. I don't need to do much more miles today. I'm content, you know. I knew it was kind of a bad idea to hike out in the heat of the day, but I also knew that if I waited around at the camping spot, I probably would have gotten vortexed in. So this is the ski slope here. As you can tell, these are for artificial snow. And then beautiful mountain range back here, and even more beautiful, at least for me right now, so up there is a restaurant, and I hope they're open, or I'm gonna go through a window or something. So this restaurant not only has one of the best views of any restaurant I've ever seen, but they're also super friendly. It's around La Frémie, and I have a nice dinner waiting. I'm super excited. I'm even more excited about they let me pitch my tent in their backyard. This is my setup for the night. It's my second night in this tent. It's the Thurston X-Mid Pro 1. It's not pitched quite right. I'm still getting the hang of it, but so far I like it. So on this side towards the mountain and potential vehicles, I'm going to keep it closed. There's peak vents that should help with ventilation. And then, you know, here I'm going to keep it wide open. And this is going to be my view. You know, if I don't have to walk anymore today, I'll take it. It's only 15 minutes up the hill, according to them. But then I'd have to go to Refugio. I'd have to pay them. And apparently camping is not allowed up there. So, you know, just the uncertainty of how much further I'd have to go would kind of suck after, you know, today. And having to lay down. Yeah, as it is in life, so everything works out sometimes. I'm super happy. So yeah, I'm heading back over to the restaurant. There's Wi-Fi, can deal with a bit of that, call some loved ones, and then just plop into here and have a good night's sleep. Probably get up very early tomorrow just because of the temperatures, and so I can push better. They call it Alpenglow. Just spectacular. And this place is a gold mine.